You have to believe in yourself. Someone once told me, if you don't think you're the best in what you do, then no one else will either. Now don't confuse believing in yourself with blustery overconfidence or conceit. I didn't make this journey alone. Hardly anyone does. I certainly don't know any four-star general who got there simply based on his own desire and initiative to be one, and I'm no different. And I could talk for days about Mrs. Stokes, my tennis coach, who taught me not to confuse enthusiasm with capability. Coming up through the military, as you can imagine, my whole cohort of women who entered in 1975 were beginning this journey of integration. So all of us were the first female platoon leader and the first this in our professions and in our branches. And so it was an evolution that I was very proud of, to see how far women were coming and how far they were going. And we had an opportunity with that integration to have a similar career path as our male counterpart, which made us equally competitive, which in the WAC Corps, they didn't have those same opportunities. And now you see the opportunities are continuing to open. What I I tell people, I was never prepared for the enormity of my promotion to 4-star. And it was another first I was very proud of. I was very humbled. But when the announcement came, the thousands of cards and letters that I received and emails from people all over the world, from women veterans from World War II who sent me their memoirs, from Koreans, from third graders, from moms and dads who said, geez, I can finally tell my 2 daughters that they can be anything they want to be, to include a 4-star general in the Army. It was so humbling. And I remember writing, I bet 50 letters a night trying to answer back. You can't not answer these kids, and they're writing letters just to tell them that they could be anything they want to be. And while I never thought about it, on my wall in my office, I have pictures of a 5th grader and a 6th grader, girls, females, both wearing ACUs, one with a beret on and one with the ACU cap, with 4 stars, with Dunwoody, with U.S. Army, saluting. And I keep that picture because I couldn't have fathomed that, nor did I even think about it growing up. And now these youngsters see a way and the words can't express how touching that is for me. But one thing I learned early on, and I don't know how or why I learned it, but I never wanted to close the doors on opportunities because they seemed to allow me to have additional options. And even though I thought I had a bulletproof plan, I kept my options open. And because I often found that opportunities often led to other opportunities, and that would give me other choices. What I learned is if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that come your way, you may unknowingly be limiting your choices and options for the future. Now, while I joined the Army for the money and for airborne school, I realized I was staying in the Army because I was given opportunities to work hard, tackle interesting and difficult challenges, and make a difference in every assignment in every organization I was ever assigned to. So even though I always thought I knew what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be, by taking advantage of other opportunities, somewhere along the line, I realized that soldiering and the Army was my true passion. A high-performing organization is one that does routine things in an outstanding manner. They do everything well. I can walk into an outfit, and I can usually see it, feel it, smell it immediately. You know, if you go down, and I've been to many Army organizations, and you do physical training with them in the morning, and you go to that unit, and everyone's dressed right dress, and they got the road guards out, and they got the flashlights, and they're sounding good, and they look like a military organization, you know you got a good outfit there. And you can go to one where you show up, and not everyone's dressed the same, and the road guards aren't there, and they're not in cadence, and they're not sounding off very good, and they look like a herd of cattle strolling down the street. Or you can go to their maintenance facility where they do maintenance on vehicles. And you can walk in and you can see the safety board, and it's all dressed right dress, and you can see the soldiers, and they're wearing their goggles, and they got their gloves on. and people are working on them, and the place is clean, and work is getting done, and there's a synchronized organization. It looks like a military operation. Or you can go to an outfit where they don't have the safety boards, and soldiers aren't wearing their safety gloves and their goggles, and there's dirty piles of rags, and the place looks a mess, and there seems like unorchestrated or no work going on, and you know it looks like a fly-by-night operation. When you walk into high-performing resource organizations, you can see it, and they do everything well. Leaders and leadership make the difference. In fact, what I've witnessed throughout my career is that one good leader can make all the difference in achieving high-performing organizations. The leader sets the tone, they set what we in the military call a command climate, and they develop the vision for the organization. Developing and implementing your vision. General Gordon Sullivan, former Chief of Staff, and a hero, friend, and mentor of mine, told me when I was getting ready to take command at a high organization, said, Ann, you need to develop one-page storyboard with your goals, with your objectives, show the organization where it's going and what it looks like in the future. And at the time, I was astounded by the sheer magnitude of that task, and I really wasn't sure that it was doable. But let me tell you, it can be done. The vision has to be a living document that you can change as situations change, and every person in your organization has to be able to see themselves in that vision. You have to ensure that every person in your organization understands the vision, and that they understand his or her role in making that vision a reality. Leadership makes a difference. Find your style, communicate your vision, and lead your team. Because no matter what the organization, no matter what the mission, from running a war to running a business, everyone wants to be part of a high-performing team. Thank you very much. It's great to be here with you this morning.
It's a human vision, a legacy we want to leave behind us.